landing. We look forward to seeing you back on Earth in a couple of months when we've completed our own mission. Once again, congratulations on a tremendously successful mission, and SoftBank.
Station is the Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
Okay, hugging in space is really, really quite incredible, isn't it? I mean, a few hundred kilometers above us. If you look up into the night sky, you can actually see the International Space Station zooming across the darkness. It's just a tiny, tiny dot. It looks like some kind of star piece that's fallen off. Let's go to the man who actually knows what he's talking about when it comes to space. In Washington is Amitabh Ghosh, a space scientist who's been working on NASA's Mars mission since 1997. Amitabh, it's always a great pleasure to hear what you have to say about activities in space. Everything seems to have gone very smoothly. The International Space Station has just become almost familiar to us.
Absolutely. So this is the, if you look at this picture, this is such a positive picture about humanity. 7 countries, 8 countries in the pursuit of space, going there in the unknown, working together, and then and everyone has the aspirations of their respective countries on their shoulders, and so they're coming back. So I think it was a pretty nominal mission. Launched, I think, on 18th of January, and then it's going to come back after 14 days tomorrow. And they did their normal shift of activities, scientific experiments, etc., on the space station. And of course, the stay is marvelous. That's a different experience other than the work that you have to do. So yes, everything seems to have gone normally, and so we just have to look forward to their coming back.
How soon will you and NASA be studying the results of the experiments? I mean, there are so many varied experiments. Amitabh, listen to this one. One developed by Turkey's Boğaziçi University is currently looking at the growth and endurance tests of microalgae species that have adapted to harsh early conditions under non-gravity conditions. What is that telling us? How plant life would survive in space?
Yes, see, so we are kind of prejudiced to think of life as we find it on Earth. But there is increasing indications that the materials for life are widespread. It's in other planets, it's in interstellar space. So what would happen? Would life behave differently? Would it evolve in that space? So in this 21st century, one of the things that we don't know much about is how did life originate and what caused life to originate. So these are the questions to ask. That, for example, in 1995, NASA started the exobiology program and to look for life in extreme environments. So we have found life in volcanic vents, in Antarctic ice cores, in very acidic conditions. So very hostile environments you would never have imagined could harbor life. There has been a discovery of life. So here also, how would the algae be affected by this microgravity? And if it can still survive, and that means in interstellar space, there could be microorganisms. So this is a huge field, and we're just scratching the top of it.
Amitabh, just in about 45 seconds, if you don't mind, before we go off air, what do you think the shelf life of the ISS is now?
See, I think they're trying to deorbit it at the end of this decade. So it has been around, as you know, for a long time. So it means that not only has this got old, but NASA will move on to other things, which is going to the moon for the Artemis program. And hopefully this time not to explore, but actually to set up a permanent base and stay there. So you will have something like a habitation module, which is like the ISS, but instead it will not be 200 miles above. It will be on the moon. So I think, yeah, realistically, that's the case. But, these things always change. And since there are many multinational partners, it obviously is a negotiation for what exactly to do.
It always puts a smile on our faces when you explain space to us, Amitabh. Thank you so much indeed. Really a great pleasure to have you on. Amitabh Ghosh from NASA's Mars mission, and we'll leave Alper